Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about kicking field goals. So during a football game, the game starts with a kickoff, but what a field goal is when the team gets close enough, but they can't score a touchdown and they're on fourth down, so they decide, let's go ahead and kick that field goal and it'll get us 3 points, okay? So during a field goal, your goal is to get the ball up high accurately. If you try to kick it too hard by running at it, you're going to lose control and it's going to go left and right. So the goal is to stay controlled. Now what I use, you'll see, is obviously a football. If you have a very hard football, I would actually underinflate it just a little bit so that it doesn't hurt. And I took a roll of clear tape, the thick kind, and I put it into the ground, kind of stepped on it, and then I put the ball on that. If you have a kicking tee, that's even better, but because I didn't, I got creative with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 steps back from the ball and 1 step to the left to get our angle that we need. So I will show you. Okay, so when you set the ball up, first things first, you want the ball to be tilting just a little bit down, and you also want to make sure that the laces are not facing you. So if you see that white part of the ball, you're going to kick the wrong side. You want the laces to be on the opposite side. So 2 steps back, 1 to the side. Okay, so at this point, I'm now at a diagonal where I can jump, take a leaping step to kick through. And just like while you're punting, you don't want to kick with your toe, you want to kick with your shoelaces. So let me try it out. Okay, as you can see, the ball went into the tree. That's exactly where I wanted it to go. It has to be high enough that it'll go through the goalpost. So I'm going to pause right here, grab the ball, come back. Talked about kicking with the shoelace and how you had to drop the ball flat onto the shoelace. So today when you're kicking, you need to point your toe down, just like in soccer, you point your toe down so that the ball is actually hitting the laces, not the toe. And I know you're going to know when you hit the toe because it hurts. The point of this does not feel good on the top of your foot, and your toe does not feel good on a very hard ball. It hurts. So, we're going to try this one more time. 2 steps back, 1 to the left. Stopping on the tape so it's firm into the ground. Should go into the tree if you kicked it right. Okay, practice that for about 15 minutes and we can get to the next lesson. Next lesson is actually very similar to what we just talked about, but this is actually for a kickoff. A kickoff occurs at the start of the game and also during the times that your team just scored. So if your team scored an extra point or a field goal, now your team has to kick off to the opposite team. So what happens during a kickoff is your whole entire team is going to line up. Now, the kicker generally starts running toward the ball, but when they do that, they raise their hand to signal to their team, okay, let's run together. Because what happens is if your team gets ahead of you, it's a penalty. You can't go past the ball before the kicker does, okay? So, this is how you do it. You actually take about 10 steps back this time and you raise your hand. So you go like this, raise your hand, and at that point, everyone can start running towards the ball, and you can kick it as hard as you can, because during a kickoff, you want it to go really, really far. So let's try it out. So I'm raising my hand. Now remember, I didn't need to kick the tree on that, but that's what you're going to go for height and distance wise, is you want to try to kick it up high so that it goes far. One more try. I'm going to put my hand up, signal that it's time to run, take about 5 to 10 steps forward, kick it as far as I can go. All right, now try that for about 15 minutes and you should be good to go. Have fun.